Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me for today's writing lesson. Today is Wednesday and we're going to be doing lesson 2 of the week and we're going to be focusing on informative writing. Let's take a look at our learning intention. We are learning to create a labelled illustration of an animal. So just like last lesson where we drew an animal and then labelled our drawing, we're going to be doing that again today, but we're going to be doing the same animal all together. And the success criteria says, I can draw an animal and its features. So the features are the things that we can see on the animal. So it could be their tail, their eyes, their ears, their legs, features of an animal's physical appearance, what it looks like. So as I said quickly before, we're going to be working on an information report all together, where we're going to be writing all the same information. And that means we're also going to be drawing the same picture today and labeling the same picture. So when we work on a piece of writing all together as a class, we call this a joint construction. So we're going to do a joint construction of an information report about lions today. You may remember from our lessons last week, this chart that I showed you called gathering information. And this is where you record all the information that you find about the animal that you're working on. So today we're going to be reusing our special gathering information chart. So you can draw it up in your workbook or on a piece of paper at home in the same way that I showed you last week. So you will have the heading at the top, gathering information, and then you will have a heading down here saying classification. And then underneath you've got the 4 boxes with the 4 sections that we need to fill in. So first we've got appearance, then we've got diet, then we've got habitat, and lastly we've got interesting facts. Now, today we're going to be focusing on the lion's appearance, so what it looks like. But we're not going to be writing information about the appearance just yet. We're going to be doing a labelled illustration of the lion first. But before we start our labelled illustration, we need to write a very important sentence at the top of our gathering information sheet, and that is the classification. We need to classify what kind of animal a lion is. So up here at the top, you'll see the word classification. That's where you're going to be writing your sentence. And your sentence today can say, lions are mammals. Remember, we are all looking at lions today. So we are all writing the sentence, lions are mammals. So what I'll do now is I'll just rub off my drawings there. And I'll give you a chance to copy down that sentence, lions are mammals. So you can pause this video and have a look at the sentence and copy it down onto your own gathering information sheet that you have made. And then when you're ready, you can just press play and watch the rest of the video. Now that you've written your classification, it's time to move on to our labelled illustration, our drawing of a lion. So I know sometimes you might look at an animal and think, oh, that's too tricky for me to draw. So I've included some instructions for you today, some steps that show you how to draw a lion. So you can see over on the left-hand side, we've got a picture or a photograph of a real life lion, and you can see its fluffy mane, its fur, its long tongue, its sharp teeth, its 4 legs, and its long tail. So all of those things are its physical features of its appearance, things that we can see on the lion, what it looks like. And then on the right-hand side, I've got the steps that show you how you can draw your own lion. So let's have a look at step 1. So step 1 shows how to draw kind of like an oval shape for the lion's face. Then let's move on to step 2. Step 2 shows you how to draw the fluffy mane around the lion's head. Step 3 shows you how to add the lion's body onto the bottom of your drawing. Step 4 shows you how to add the legs. Now we're drawing a lion from front on view today, so we can only see 2 legs from the front of a lion. So we're just drawing 2 legs, as you can see. And then we go on to step 5 and we start adding some details. You can see 2 ears at the top of the lion's head, and you can see a tail. And then step 6, we add more detail. So we've got 2 eyes, 2 cheeks, a nose, a mouth, and sharp teeth. So you're going to have a go at drawing your own lion illustration now. And after you have drawn the lion, you need to think about how you're going to label your lion as well. I showed you in our lesson yesterday how to label an illustration of an animal. If you remember, we had the lines coming out of the drawing and we wrote down the words to show what is on the animal's body. So you might do labels for the fluffy mane. You might do labels for the 2 ears, for the long tail, for the 4 paws. Any features that you can see on the lion. I'll give you some time now and you can pause the video here if you would like to check the steps while you're drawing your own lion, and don't forget to add the labels to your lion as well. When you're done with your labeled illustration, come back to the video, press play so we can continue our lesson. Hopefully you gave yourself some time to draw your labeled illustration of a lion. Now, this slide just shows you what your drawing could look like. So I've got the drawing of the lion in the middle there, and I've added the lines coming out pointing to different parts of the lion's body that I wanted to label. So we'll start with the tail. Over here, I've got a line coming out from the lion's tail and it says long tail. Down here, I've got the words sharp teeth, and you can see that line is pointing to the lion's sharp teeth. Over here, we've got the words 4 paws. So even though we can't see all 4 paws in this drawing, we know that a lion has 4 paws, so we can still label that. And at the top, we've got the words fluffy mane, pointing to the lion's fluffy mane. Now, if you decided to label other features of the lion, that's fine too. You might have wanted to put a label for the lion's ears or the 2 eyes or the nose, whatever. That's fine as well. Now, boys and girls, I hope you had fun having a go at drawing your own animal today with some instructions to help give you confidence to do that. And I can't wait to see your finished label drawings on Google Classroom. So make sure you upload them to your week 6 completed work doc on Google Classroom. Let's finish our lesson by looking back at our learning intention and success criteria. We are learning to create a labelled illustration of an animal. So we did that by drawing a picture of a lion. We followed some instructions on how to do that to give us some confidence when drawing animals by ourselves, and we did label it. Success criteria. I can draw an animal and its features. So you all had a go at drawing an animal, which was a lion today. You drew some of its features and you labeled them as well. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to our writing lesson today and participating in it. We can't wait to see your finished work. Well done. See you tomorrow.